Welcome back, everybody. So I am super excited to be fishing with another brand new lure today. I think with the urchin bait craze, everybody has gotten very wild with their plastics, and this one's no different. So this is the Zapu Fish Magnet Octopus bait. Yeah, kind of self-explanatory. So very interesting. Let's go out and fish it. These things are not cheap. We thought the Berkeley Lab Series were expensive at $15, I think, for like 5 or 7, depending on how, like, what kind you got. This is $20 for 2. So plastics are getting extremely expensive. So hopefully this catches a ton of fish, but let's go ahead, get out there and see if that's the case. All right, this is what it looks like out of the package. It stinks. And I don't know what it smells like. I'm sure they probably have some sort of worm oil. If it's from Japan, they like to use shrimp a lot. It almost smells like a chip of some sort. I cannot place it. It's not like a Frito, but it kind of smells in that realm. So let's go ahead and get out there. I have to imagine the thing's gonna have tons of action. We don't have a ton of time, and we're fishing in the middle of the day. And so if we catch fish, this thing's probably a pretty decent bait. I don't know about worth it, because again, it's 2 for $20, but let's see if we can't catch some fish. All right, this is what we're throwing on for right now. Ironically, it's the Zapu weighted wacky rig. I've used this for quite a while. If you take nothing else from this video, phenomenal hook. I love using it for Senkos, trick worms especially, because it gives you a super slow rate. This is the 16th ounce. Let's see if she sinks. She does, actually kind of fast. I wasn't sure if the octopus would actually float or not. So with the 16 ounce, it does drop pretty quick, probably a little bit faster than a Senko. So might want to throw it weightless, but let's go ahead and see what she feels like. I'm sure no fish in this lake have seen a bait like this. So with all those appendages, there is quite a bit of drag. So you might not want to use a light spinning rod for this guy. Or if you do use a spinning rod, you might just want to be a little bit heavier. We are potentially going to go throw it on a bait caster in a little while, but again, we're fishing in the middle of the day, so I don't have super high hopes. We might have to come out another day, but we're gonna see if this bait's actually worth it or not. Got a bite. Got him. We missed him. No, I think this is my own fault. I think this is how we have it rigged. So we finally had a bite. I rigged it up kind of like the rest of our urchin baits that you have been throwing, with a treble, and we got our legs and appendages and everything else like that stuck on there. So that is not ideal. So we will go ahead and I think try and rig up an EWG on this to give us some more hook gap and hopefully not have that happen again, because that was our first bite. This is our second day fishing with this thing. The first day we didn't fish super long because it ended up being really windy and being super gross, and we didn't have a single bite, but a lot of the people I talked to didn't either. So a terrible day. Didn't give this thing much of a choice or a chance, but this thing stinks. I am going to be very happy when I am done fishing with this thing. I have fished with tons and tons of catfish bait, and that doesn't bother me in the least, but that thing, for whatever reason, it smells like some sort of chemically Frito-Lay chip. So I don't know. It's terrible. It is absolutely terrible. Don't like paddling downwind of the thing, because smelling that the entire way you paddle out is enough to make you nauseous. But we'll go ahead and rig it up with something a little bit wider for a gap, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. We can catch some fish. I think we got one. Yeah, we do. Get him. Oh, we hooked into that one finally. There's a little bass. Oh boy. He got a hold of that thing. All right, got him unhooked. He was not very big at all, but he inhaled the entire thing. So that's good. But that's our first bite. It is insanely hot out here. I'm shocked that that small of a fish got the whole bait in its mouth, though. But oh God, does that thing stink? All right, let's go ahead and get set up and see if we can catch more. There's one. Get him. Oh, we missed him. Oh, how did we miss him on an EWG? No. Oh, it wasn't a big one, but that was fun. We were fishing in some, right in the lily pads. All right, well, they're starting to pick up at least. We're getting more bites than we did the first day by far, but we need to start putting a few more in the kayak. There's one. Oh, I thought it was a good one for a second. Not a good one. Or not impressive one, at least. Oh, what? Right there? Huh? With that hook exposed. How did that fish come off? That is crazy. The last one I had hooked. No, that is a super sticky hook. That is crazy. Could go to like a flipping hook or something like that, but this is just wild. I think that's the third one we missed. The one was on a treble hook, and I felt us like pull that right out of its mouth. I don't think it had a single hook into it. It just had tentacles everywhere. That's the difference between these and the urchin style baits. The urchin style baits, they have tons of appendages, but they're super, super small and not very thick. These are like, it's basically a whole nother plastic worm. So you potentially could just be setting into a ridiculous amount of plastic. I don't know how we lost that one. I thought we had a pretty decent rigging system set up. What we might try, if this continues, is putting in a screw lock and hooking it into the front so there's like nothing impeding it at all, which might work, but it's going to be like not weedless at all. So kind of limit our application a little bit, but let's see if we can't get some more. I mean, they're biting it. We just haven't figured out a good way to put it on a hook yet. Oh, how'd we miss that? No. Oh. Oh no. Well, that is like a worst case scenario. We had it hooked through that, and it's made of like a PVC material, so it should come off easily. Well, this is something to note. All right, we're putting a screw lock on that thing because a screw lock to rip out is pretty darn difficult. Because again, it only comes in packs of 2. So let's go ahead and throw that on, throw our last one on, and hope we do better. Hope that fish liked it. All right, that's what we got rigged up now. So we have a screw lock in there. We have the large size. It fits fairly well. It might be a smidge too big, but then we got a Nico hook. I think it's a number 1. So decent hook gap on there out the front. I was hoping that might do a little bit better job of hooking up than the EWG, but we'll see. And then we have just a little piece of PVC to keep that bait on the hook. We'll have to loosen up our drag just a little bit because that hook isn't quite as stout, but let's go ahead and see if we can't do a little bit better. And if nothing else in this video, you guys are going to learn what not to do. Oh, we got one. Yep. Get him. Oh my gosh, did it finally work? It's not a big one. We got to be a little more careful. This Nico hook, oh gosh, got stuck in the lily pad. Oh boy. Little guy, but it worked. This might be the deal. Right in the corner, perfect. There we go. See, here, we'll let him go. But this is what I'm saying, like this, we still hooked one of the appendages. So you have to, I don't know that you would want to throw this thing on a spinning rod because you have to set the hook pretty hard, and we ripped through the small piece that we had We had ripped through the small piece of plastic that we put the hook through, so we're just going straight through the screw lock now. I don't know how many more fish we're going to end up being able to catch on this guy now. We're just hoping and praying on a screw lock. We should do it pretty well. I mean, it did well for the urchin bait, but this has got so much more mass and so much more opportunity for the fish to go ahead and grab onto a leg or something like that, that you're going to set a hook into and put all that pressure on that screw lock. But we're 1 for 1. So this is way better than we were before. Pretty darn close to perfect. But let's see if we can't catch some more. There's one. Does he have it? He's got it. Get him. Oh, what in the... How is that possible? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Just... How did we even hook him? How is that even possible? We hooked him just about perfect, though. This might be the deal, but that is crazy. Let him go. That is absolutely absurd. This might be the best way to hook this thing. If you could, again, we ended up hooking another appendage. That just happens. I assume a lot of it's because when it's going in the fish's mouth and stuff, they, you know, all those appendages are going all sorts of different directions. So you're having to set the hook through appendage and also through the fish's mouth. So again, I don't think a spinning rod is a great rod for this thing. You could probably do it, but I just don't think it'd work out all the greatest as hard as you have to set the hook. But we might have found a decent way to rig these things, and it's pretty darn similar to the rest of the urchin baits. But let's see if we can't catch a couple more. Got one, I think. Drop it. No, he's got it. Get him. He's a little guy, I think. No, not tiny. Not big, but... Again, we'll be careful. Oh gosh. Actually felt nice. Be careful with our little hook. Okay. No. Oh. Oh! That was just ridiculous. I should have just grabbed him. I had him. And he actually sat there for a half second. That wasn't a big one. It was a pound and a half, maybe a pound and 3/4. I was messing around with him too much. We'll count that as a catch. We touched him a couple times. We just weren't able to get him in the kayak. It's better than the other ways that we've had it rigged for sure. Oh, there's one. Get him. Oh. Is that a better one? He was in the weeds. No, about the same size. All right, let's not mess this one up. Oh gosh, he is in. Oh, it's a bigger one. Oh my, we're doing everything we can to lose this fish. There we go. Not a bad one. Probably a 2-pounder. We'll let him go. I think this is the deal. I really, really do. Fish seem to like it. I think it is just getting a little bit better timing. How in the world did we get the eye of the hook through our screw lock? That doesn't even seem possible. We might have to... Oh no, there we go. We got it. Alright. Well, we're catching more. See if we can't get a few more before dark. Oh, we got one. Get him. Not a big one. Ah, we're gonna flip him. We're gonna flip him. Ah, oh gosh, that was really close to my leg. Oh god. Come on, buddy. Come on. You're starting to turn on a little bit. Right in the roof, right where he should be. Little guy. Pound, probably about a pound. I don't think £1.25 pounds. I am shocked at how small a fish will eat this. That one 8-incher or whatever is like crazy. I thought for sure, how are we wrapped up? There we are. I thought for sure throwing a bait like this, you would just end up with a lot of, I guess not a lot, but you would just generally have bigger fish bite it. And that does not seem to be the case necessarily. Not to say big fish won't eat it, but I think the biggest thing we've caught is maybe 2.25 pounds. Got one. Get him. Not a big one. See if we can flip him. Oh, oh, oh. Is he bigger than we thought? No. And he behaved. It's like a 2.25. Perfectly hooked in the top of the lip. Maybe. Yeah, he was hooked real well. There we go. Nice little one. Let him go. I think we figured out how to rig this, keep it so it lasts a little bit longer, and hook them pretty well. I don't know how many we've actually missed since switching on over. Get him. Not a big one. Little guy right in the roof. There we go. Little guy. Get him. That might be, oh, that's a little bit better of a fish. Not much. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey. Actually, he's a little bit longer but skinnier. Shaped funny. Kind of like a big body with a small tail. Let him go. We're picking up close to dusk, that's for sure. See if we can't catch one or two more. Get him. Little guy. Tiny little guy. These little ones, I think, shock me the most. Don't hook me. There we go. That might be the last one of today. Just because this water looks so perfect for throwing some top water. And I haven't done a ton of that yet this year. This one got hooked real well. Bottom of the jaw, there we go. Little guy. That's so crazy they'll eat something like that. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So as far as this bait goes, again, we had the eye of the hook somehow make its way through our screw lock. Which I don't even understand how it fits. But nevertheless, there we go. Interesting bait. Interesting bait. We hooked another appendage on that fish too. I don't know that it's better than a Senko or anything else like that. Any other worm that you would wacky rig. It definitely is different. It's got a much bigger profile, obviously, in the water than a Senko or anything else would. Even more so than an urchin bait. There's just so much mass there. But with that, it's got its own challenges. As we saw today, not a great hookup ratio, except apparently if you do this. Again, screw lock, I had a large one. You could probably get away from like with a medium one or whatever. And then just through that screw lock head, because as soon as we hooked through any of the plastic, she ripped right on through. and then held on with a piece of plastic, you know, however you hold that on. Again, I use tubing and stuff like that. Seem to hook the fish pretty darn well. Keep them pinned pretty darn well too. I think we missed like maybe one or something like that, maybe two doing that, but worked pretty darn well. It reeks. I do not like the smell of this thing at all. But if you're wanting to fish something different, and maybe the fish absolutely love that smell, I don't know. We seem to catch a decent number of fish today, nothing too special. But if you want to fish something different, it's definitely something interesting to look at. But it's an expensive bait for sure. I mean, two of them for 20 bucks. We were complaining about the Lab series that cost 15 for a pack. So I don't know. Is it worth it? I would venture to say probably not. But it's fun to fish, and it's definitely different. So if you're, again, scoping or something like that, can't catch some fish on anything, you're using your urchin baits and they're not biting that, you might want to throw something like this. Because I can definitely tell you there's no urchin bait that smells like this thing. But interesting. If there's any other lures you guys want me to use, by all means drop that in the comment section below. I'm always looking for new things to try out. But as always, if you guys like the video, if you wouldn't mind liking, and if you want to see more videos like it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated also. Till the next one.